guys, welcome to your second block of your 6-week beginners full body workout guide with me. Today we're going to be doing workout 1B, which is going to be a full body strength workout. If you do have some kind of weight, either a dumbbell, a water bottle, a soup can, shampoo bottle, textbook, whatever you have, that would be helpful for some of the exercises. If you don't have anything, no worries. All these exercises can be done with body weight, but it is going to help you to progress if you do have a little bit of weight. I'd also like you to grab a water bottle, a mat, and just before you exercise, make sure you've checked with your doctor that you have the go-ahead to work out, and then we'll get started. We're going to start with about a quick 5-minute warm-up, and then we'll get into the workout. So we're just going to start with our marching on the spot like usual. Good, and get those arms swinging nice and high. Think about driving your elbows back behind you. Good, pick those knees up just a little bit higher. Awesome. All right, we're going to go into our arm circles. So small circles forwards, warming our shoulders up. Good, gradually getting bigger and bigger. Maybe you're noticing that your range of motion is getting a little bit better and you can move your shoulders a little more freely. Awesome, I'm going to take it back. So small circles, keep picking those feet up, working back and back, bigger and bigger. Good. All right, we're going to take it into our lateral step tap. So stepping out to the side, tapping the foot and back. If you can, get a little bit lower here. Start to feel your quads, the muscles on the front of your legs, maybe your glutes, your butt muscles starting to warm up. Good. Remember to breathe as you get warm. Awesome. We'll go one more on each side here. Good. All right, we're going to take it into our step back and reach. So option 1 is you stand and alternate reaching over. Option 2 is a small step and reach. And option 3 is taking it into a lunge and reach. Whichever option is in your range of fitness and workout today, go with that one. But maybe if you've just been doing the side bend, maybe try with a little step back to progress. Good, so really reaching up through the side body as you reach over. Good, making sure that front foot is nice and planted into the ground. Awesome, roll those shoulders back. We'll go for one more on each side. Good, all right, we're gonna warm up our hips. So if you need to grab onto a chair, a wall, a sofa, feel free. What you're gonna do is bring your knee up, out, away from the midline of your body, back behind you, and bring it back in. Good, switching sides, up, out, and away, and back to center. Maybe your range of motion is a little bit smaller than mine. That is totally okay. Do what is comfortable for you. Good, we'll take it to one more on each side. And good. All right, we're gonna take it into a wood chop. So what you're gonna do is squat down, hands to the side. We're gonna reach up to the sky and twist. Good, so down, reaching up, pivoting on that back foot and twisting. This is a good warm up for your core. Same with your legs. Good, if you can only come to here, squat wherever is comfortable for you. Good, we'll take one more on this side and we'll switch. So opposite side, coming to the outside of that opposite knee, reaching up, pivoting on that back foot. Good. Core is nice and tight. Awesome. We'll go one more here. And good. All right, we're gonna take it into some sweeps. So heel down, toe up. Gently sweep past the front of the shin. You should feel a little bit of a stretch in the back of your leg. Nothing too intense. If it is really painful, then take your sweep up just a little bit higher. Maybe sweep by the thigh or the knee. Good, we'll go one more on each side. Good, all right, last thing we're gonna do is our jumping jack. So option 1 is the half jack. pick up the pace if you can, and option 2, take it into a full jumping jack. If you are really adventurous, you can try a star jack, which is where you squat down and jump up. That one is pretty intense though, but if you want to give one a shot, feel free. Whew, good. Keep moving those arms all the way up over your head. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Hope everybody's feeling warm. I know I am. My heart rate's up. Grab a drink of water and we'll get into the workout. Whew. Alrighty, so we are going to be doing 5 exercises alternating between lower body, upper body, lower body, upper body, and a core exercise. I'm going to do 3 rounds of the workout with you guys today. If 3 rounds is too many, stick to 1, stick to 2. If 3 rounds, maybe you want a little bit more, you can add a 4th or a 5th round on yourself, replay the video, however you want to do that and what works for you. We're going to be doing 40 seconds of work followed by 30 seconds of rest. Again, if 40 seconds is too much or too little, adjust the time yourself. There'll be a timer in the corner of the screen that you can follow along with. And yes, if you do have some kind of weight, that's really helpful for progressing, building muscle, and avoiding plateaus. So we're gonna be starting with a sumo squat. Unlike our squat last week, our feet are gonna come wider than shoulder width apart. My toes are turned slightly outwards, and I'm gonna sink my hips down, come up, squeeze the glutes. From the side here, I'm sinking down, coming up. So our squat last week was about shoulder width, hip width apart. Feet were facing mostly forward. This one is a lot wider and my toes are slightly outward. All right, if you want to grab a dumbbell, you can hold one in between your thighs here, in your hands, whatever's comfortable. Otherwise, body weight is totally fine. All right. And we're gonna get started. Good, so toes outwards, plant those feet, sink down, power up. Good, so I want you to think about going slowly down, powerful on the way up, squeeze the glutes at the top. Good, this is gonna be a little bit longer than last time, so make sure you take your time. Your muscles will probably be feeling it. Just do what's comfortable for you. Good. Keep those knees driving outwards. We don't want them caving in. Push the knees out. Last few seconds for 4, 3, 2, and time. Whew. Alrighty. Next up, we have a single arm row. So for this, what you're gonna do is, if you have a weight, it would be useful. If you don't, you can use your body weight. It's no problem. One leg is gonna be forward. Other leg's gonna be slightly behind you. The opposite arm of the leg that's forward is gonna be rowing, if that makes sense. So my right leg is forward, I'm rowing with my left arm. I hinge at the hips, back is flat, and then I'm gonna row up and down. Good, so your 40 seconds has started. I'm gonna switch at 20 seconds. You can also switch the next round. Think about that back flat and pulling up, almost up to my hip. So my arm's not coming up here, but I'm pulling back. Good, all right, that's halfway. We're gonna switch sides. Face the other way. Good, so back is flat. I'm pulling my elbow up, thinking about using my back muscles rather than my arms to pull up. Good. Last few seconds and time. Alrighty. Next up, we are going to be doing our hip thrust. Definitely forgot to mention, if you have a sofa or a chair, that will be highly beneficial for this exercise. I've got my chair right here. What you're going to do is you're going to come rest your top of your shoulders on the edge of the chair, feet out in front of you, about hip width apart. You're gonna pick the hips up, squeeze the glutes at the top, and come back down with control. Good, so hips up, squeeze, and down. Your head should stay tilted down the whole time. I don't wanna see anyone lifting up like this. Keep the chin tucked. Lift up and squeeze. Good, we are halfway here. Awesome. Check in, make sure your feet are a nice stable base, so your heel, big toe, and little toe are pressing into the ground. Good. Last few seconds. Squeeze those glutes at the top for 3, 2, 1, and time. Whew. Alrighty, I'm gonna grab my mat. We're gonna be doing some push-ups. Alrighty, just gonna throw a couple options for push-ups. If you have really minimal experience doing push-ups, it can help to do push-ups on a little bit of an inclined surface, such as a chair, sofa, like a Pilates bar, that kind of thing. So option 1 for your push-up would be to do it on an inclined surface. Get started. Option 2 here, we're gonna be doing it on the ground. So knees down, core is nice and tight, elbows are coming out at about 45 degrees. Down slow, press up, good. And option 3 would be on the toes, down and up. Whew, I did a lot of push-ups yesterday. My arms are hurting. Good. I want you to think about keeping your core nice and tight if you're down here on your knees. Keeping your body in a straight line. You've got 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty, last exercise here, our core exercise. We're gonna be doing what's called a bird dog. This is a really awesome beginner's exercise, and even as you get more advanced, there's a ton of different ways to make it more challenging. What you're gonna do is you're gonna come on all fours in what's called a tabletop position. One arm and the opposite leg are going to be reaching out straight in front and behind you, and you're gonna bring them in to center and back out. If this is too challenging, just do the leg or just do the arm. You can alternate, but you wanna work up to getting the strength to do both. Good, so I'm gonna stay on one side till halfway, and then I'm gonna switch. All right, so 20 seconds I'm switching, so my opposite leg, opposite arm are coming up, pulling into the center and back. Good, I wanna think about my core being nice and tight, nice and slow and controlled movement. We've got 5 seconds and time. All right, that was round number 1. I'm gonna be doing 2 more rounds with you guys. If you need more of a water break, pause the video, grab your water, take a minute or 2, and then hop right back in. If you're done for today, awesome job, thanks for joining. And if you're carrying right along, then we are going right back into our sumo squats. If you found it maybe not challenging enough, maybe you wanna grab a little backpack, a couple textbooks, dumbbells, and if it was good, then stick with what you were doing. All right, so back to our sumo squats. So we check our toes are pointing outwards. We're coming down. My knees are just above my ankles. They're not coming totally over top of my toes. Good, so I have nice alignment, nice straight back. Good, I'll come this way. So I want you to think about sitting your hips down, core tight, squeeze the glutes at the top. A lot of people tend to stick their butt out here. I want you to tuck your hips under, tuck your pelvis, come down. Good, you should feel this in the tops and the insides of your thighs, especially as you stand up. Good, last few seconds. And time. Alrighty, next up, back to that single arm row. So you can grab a weight if you have one. If you don't have a weight, you can just row with your arm, totally fine. It's an awesome way to, again, learn to engage those muscles if you're not very familiar with it. We're gonna be starting in 5 seconds. So pick one leg forward, opposite leg is rowing, and go. All right, so back nice and flat, and I'm using my back muscles. I'm pulling my elbow almost up by my hips, up and down. Good, so again, make sure your arm is not coming right up by your shoulder, but you're pulling back, getting those back muscles. Good, all right, halfway I'm gonna switch here. So other way, same thing. This is another awesome exercise to do in front of a mirror because you may realize that you are rowing up by your shoulder or that your back is arched or hunched, and then it's easy to correct if you can see yourself. Good, last few seconds and time. All right, we are gonna take it back into our hip thrust. So again, with that chair, sofa, bench, whatever you have, think about resting it just below the tops of the shoulders here. And coming out, planting the feet. We don't want our feet way too far in front of us or too close to us, but so that it's just about a little bit greater than 90 degrees between the calf and the thigh. All right, so we're gonna pick the hips up, squeeze the glutes at the top, back down with control. We wanna think about picking up a penny, squeezing it between our butt cheeks, holding at the top for a second, and coming down. Good. Core is nice and tight here. Awesome. Think about driving your knees outwards as you come up at the top. So rather than your knees caving in, push them outwards. That'll help to activate the glutes. Good. Last few seconds, keep that chin tucked for 3, 2, 1, and time. Alrighty, back to our push-ups. Again, option 1, pushing up on a chair, a railing, sometimes even a wall if it's really difficult for you, can really help to build up a little bit of that strength before you take it to your knees and your toes. Option 2, the knees, and option 3, the toes. I'll roll my mat out, move my chair. All right, and go. Good, so my arms are just below my shoulders. My elbows are coming out to 45 degrees, and I'm coming back. Good, so my elbows aren't coming up by my head, and they're not coming right close to my body, but 45 degrees. Down nice and slow, and pressing up. Think about pushing the chest muscles together at the top, and think about exhaling as you press up. So inhale down, exhale up. Good. Make sure that core is nice and tight. You've got 5 seconds for 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty, back to our bird dog. Once again, back to tabletop. Awesome core exercise. With all our core exercises, I really want you to think about that bracing core feeling. So someone's about to tickle you, someone's about to punch you in the stomach. The way you clench your abs, that's how I want you to be bracing your core through all our ab exercises. Alrighty, let's get to it. Opposite arm, opposite leg, and we're going. Good, remember, this is too challenging. One arm or one leg. Then you can progress to using both an arm and a leg, tucking in at center and pressing back out. Good, as I press my leg out, I want to flex my foot, feel that glute, feel that hamstring fire up. Good, all right, halfway, we're gonna switch sides. Nice and controlled here, take your time. Remember to breathe. Last few seconds. For 3, 2, 1, and time. Alrighty, 2 rounds done. 1 round to go. Right back to those sumo squats. Pause, grab some water, anything you need if you need to, and then hop right back in. Alright, I'll just show you for sumo squats. If you have a dumbbell, you can either hold both ends of the dumbbell, hold it down in front of you, or you can hold it like a goblet in between your hands and hold it up here. So those are a couple options there. Again, toes pointing outwards. My heels and toes are pressed into the ground. Good. Slow down. My hips are dropping straight down, knees are out. Power up. Good. Really think about squeezing those glute muscles, legs coming together as you come up to the top. Good. You'll probably be feeling this one in your inner thighs tomorrow. Those muscles sometimes don't get worked too often, so this is a great way to incorporate these in more of a compound full body movement. Good, last one. And time. Alrighty, taking it into our single arm row. Again, opposite leg, opposite arm, leaning over so my back is nice and flat. And I really want to think about pulling. This muscle here is called your lats. They help with pulling and pushing, and as I row up, I'm going to be engaging my lats. But I want my elbow to be driving back close to my hips here so that I get that range of motion in my back rather than in my biceps, in my arms. Good, so pull up, hold for a second at the top, down nice and slow. Good. Up and down. All right, one more and we'll switch sides. Good. All right, really think with your resistance training exercises about being nice and slow and controlled. It's amazing how much more you can get out of your exercises when you take your time and really engage your muscles than by just rushing through everything to get it done. Good. Alrighty, into those hip thrusts. I'll show you if you do have a dumbbell, book, a cat, anything like that you want to use as a weight for this one. If you're feeling it a little bit too easy and want to challenge yourself more, you're just going to grab your weight, sit it right on top of your hips, right here, and then as you do it, I just like to hold on to my weight so it doesn't fall off. All right, so 40 seconds here. Good, so if you are using your weight, you're going to hold on to it. If you're not, do your body weight. This is an awesome exercise, one of my favorites for learning how to use your glutes. Really want you to check that your chin is tucked under and think about pressing up from your sternum down. So the bottom of my bra line, bottom of my chest isn't moving in my motion. I'm going from here, pushing up, my motion stops here, and I come back down. Good, last few seconds, ground down through those feet, squeeze your glutes together, and time. Alrighty, 2 more exercises today. We've got our push-ups. With push-ups, I always find it's really easy to, do push-ups when you first start your workout and then suddenly you get really exhausted and it's really hard. So what I always do is maybe I can do 1 push-up on my toes, the rest on my knees. Always do 1 or 2 of what you can and then progress down rather than doing them all on your knees. So maybe I'm here and I'm like, all right, I can do 1 solid push-up. Good. I drop to my knees. The rest of the 40 seconds I'm doing from my knees. Just do whatever you can, but if you can progress a little bit just for a few seconds rather than thinking, oh, I can't do push-ups on my toes for a whole 40 seconds, that's going to really help you improve, because over time maybe you can do 3 push-ups on your toes now instead of 1. So it's all about building that strength slowly over time. Good, last 5 seconds. Let's get in 1 more. And time. Alrighty, last exercise of the day. Bring it to that burn dog. Core nice and tight. Think about opposite hand, opposite leg. Same thing here. Maybe you can do 1 with your opposite arm and opposite leg, and then that's too much, so then go back to that single arm and single leg, but don't think that you have to stay with 1 variation for the entire 40 seconds, because that's how we all get stronger, is by working at each thing just a little bit. All right, last 40 seconds, make it your best. So arm and leg are out, pulling into center, pressing back out. Good. Core is nice and tight, back is flat, and I'm flexing that foot as I come back, engaging the glutes and the hamstrings. Good. All right, opposite side, opposite arm, opposite leg, hugging in, nice and slow, taking it back. Good, under 10 seconds to go. Brace that core for 4, 3, 2, and time. Whew, awesome. That went by so fast, I didn't believe it was over. Awesome, I'm gonna go through a couple of quick stretches here. If you wanna do your own stretches, totally cool. If you're in a rush, I would just recommend doing even 2 or 3, just a couple stretches. It's really, really important for your recovery, for your muscles, making sure they don't get super tight. It's awesome for preventing injury, and just, I want you to stretch. Awesome, so I'm just gonna do a few standing stretches today. If you need to hold onto a chair or a wall for any of these, feel free. We're gonna stretch out our quads, the front of our legs. So I'm gonna stand on one leg, pick up my foot, And you should feel that in the front of your thigh. Good. If you can't pick up your foot, some people don't have the range of motion. I don't have one with me, but if you grab a band or a strap or even a towel and put it around your foot, you can hold the towel here so you can still get that stretch in your quad. Good. So push the hips forward, knee down. Good. I love this stretch. Always feels so good. Perfect. And we're going to switch legs. Same thing. If I had a wall here, I'd just be holding the wall, pick that foot up. Good. So if I come to the side, instead of being back like this, I'm going to come, press my hips forward, knee down, grab onto that foot. Good. Feel that nice stretch right through the front of your thigh here. Good. All right, we're going to take it into a hamstring stretch. So my heel is going to be down, my toe is going to be up, slight bend in the standing leg. I'm just going to hinge at my hips, and this may be enough of a stretch for you. I can already feel this in the back of my leg and my hamstring. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can reach down towards your shin, your ankle, or your toes. Hold that there. Keep thinking about flexing the foot, so pointing the toes up towards the ceiling or the sky if you're outside like me. Awesome. And remember to breathe when you're stretching. I always hold my breath, and I always find people hold their breath. Breathe in and out. Let it go. Good. All right, we'll switch sides. So same thing. Heel down, toe up. Send the hips back. You should feel that in the straight leg, in the hamstring. If you need a little bit more, maybe the hands come to the shin, maybe to the toes. Awesome. All right, we're gonna give our chest a nice stretch from all those push-ups and open up our back. So I'm just gonna bring my hands behind me, clasp them together, and pull my shoulders back. This might be enough of a stretch for you right here. If you need a little bit more, you can lift the arms up while pulling the shoulders back. I always feel this right here in my pecs, especially from those push-ups. Awesome. All right, and last thing, we're just gonna stretch out those triceps. So arm's gonna come up overhead, opposite arm grabs it, and you're pulling down, so you should feel this stretch right here in the back of your arm. This is your tricep. Your triceps are used when you're doing push-ups, tricep dips, any kind of chest exercises. You're gonna be using your triceps, whereas back exercises, so like a row, you're gonna be using more of your back and your biceps. All right, we'll switch sides and we'll be all done for today. Well, I hope you guys liked this workout. I hope the 40 seconds of work was a little bit more challenging. I hope if you needed some weights, you had something that you could use for next time. Even a backpack is awesome. If you're able to increase your weight at all, once you kind of get the basic exercises, that is one of the best ways that you can progress. So again, textbook, soup cans, throw some stuff in a backpack. You can hold it in front of you just like a weight. Anything like that is going to help you to improve. But again, if you're new to exercising, using your body weight, getting the correct form, just getting in a little bit of exercise is going to help you gain strength, gain energy, sleep better, all those kinds of awesome things. Make sure you eat well, drink lots of water, stay hydrated, get an awesome sleep, and I will see you at the next workout.